Hi, I've had a few people asking me questions about how to use MuseScore in more ways than just having it play the song. And I thought I would go over some of those questions and try to highlight ways you can use MuseScore to get more out of it than just let it play the song for you. So first of all, I want to talk about the tempo. You know that several of the songs we have are kind of rapid-fire songs with a lot of words really quickly, and it may seem very intimidating to try to learn those songs and play them over and over at the same rate. So you can change the tempo in MuseScore. So you can slow it down and practice it at a slower pace and then increase the tempo as you'd like to. Probably the easiest way to do that is to open up the play panel that you see over here on the right. And in the play panel, a couple things you have. You can start playing just using this button, but you can change the tempo down here. So you can slide this slider up or down. Right now I have this particular song set at 86. Jason wrote 80 on the score he gave us, but 86 seemed to be a little closer to what he was playing it. So you can just use this slider and say slow it down to 60 or 70 and then play it at that rate, and then as you become more familiar with it, more comfortable with it, you can go ahead and gradually increase it back up to the original tempo. Another nice feature in this screen is that you can also use a metronome, and here you can turn the metronome on right here if you'd like to, and then the volume of the metronome so you can have it play along with you if you need the metronome. Another way to change the tempo if you don't have that screen open is you can just go right over here at the front on the first measure of a song and double click on the number there as the tempo, and you can change the number right there. Say if I change this to 66 instead of 86, now it's going to play much more slowly for me. Okay. The other thing then that you can do is to have a certain phrase repeated for you. If you're having trouble with a particular part and you want to practice it over and over, or you only want to practice the part where there's harmony, you can select that part and practice that. So let's highlight the first measure of an area that you might want to practice, and we'll hold down the shift key and highlight the last measure. So we've selected this whole area. Now this will play this whole region in here, and if we turn on the looping tool, which is either found up here, you can turn it on here, or over in the play panel over in here. Once this looping tool is on, this will play over and over in this area. So let's try playing this and see what happens. Now you see I've reduced the tempo to 66. I'm going to increase that back up to 86. Okay. And when I stop playing by hitting the space bar and then starting again, it will start back over at the beginning of this. And they found the fountain of youth, I wouldn't drink a drop, and that's the truth. So say you have trouble getting that first part right. So you're saying, gee, I'm having trouble holding that dotted quarter note in that measure long enough. Well, you can just kind of keep repeating it again. Just start the space bar, and if they found, and then hit it and hit the space bar again. If they found, till you get it down, and then finish up wherever you want to. And that's the truth. So you can rehearse that over and over again. The other thing that you can do is to highlight your own voice, and I've had a question about that. How can you highlight a particular voice so you can just practice your part of the harmony until you get really familiar with it. So you can go up to this view menu up here at the top of the screen and select the mixer. Also function 10 on this computer will give you the mixer. And here is the mixer. Okay, there are several things you can do in this one. If you don't like the sound of a particular voice, you'd like to hear it other than grand piano, you have many different other types of instruments or ways that it can play, and you can play around with these and just select anything you want to, but I've just made these all grand piano for now. And the other thing you can do here is you can solo out your own part, which we actually have here. We have the alto and the tenor soloed out. Say if you just want to practice the tenor part, then just hit the S button, and it'll highlight S, green, and now when you play the song, you'll only hear the tenor part. And then if you want to add in another part to practice with that, say let's put in the soprano along with it. So now we're going to hear those two voices. If you want to leave all of the voices there, but you just want to hear your part more loudly, then you can do so by changing the sliders. You can reduce the volume of the voice, the alto, the tenor, the bass, whatever, and increase the volume for your part, and then you'll hear yours standing out above all the rest. So those are several features of the MuseScore program that I think can be helpful for you as you try to learn some of these songs. Please feel free to email me, text me, or catch me before or after rehearsal, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have about this. Thanks.